Alright, now ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Crusader Kings 3 Sicily here on the Lord Master channel. 30 episodes for this series as we're in 1052 AD, 185 years since the game's start. And man, a lot happened in that last episode. Like as we've watched the child ruler Saldan grow up into adulthood, and his early adult years, as he is 19 currently, but his first years were very, very tense, because it was during the year of, on June 25th, remember the date people, June 25th, 1050, Prince William of Sicily, a Norman who originally led Norman mercenaries until he has formed the title of the Kingdom of Sicily, as he claims overlordship of all of Sicily and southern Italy, and declare war against us. In which around that time I later married my love, in which, you know, we defeated them in a minor battle at some point. And then then a year later, war escalated with us being defeated by William Sicily at the Battle of Malta. It's like, I know, I defeated him. So, if we can get the date right, was it on that particular day? Hang on. Slaughter. Yeah. Here on the 13th of May, 1052. It was a slaughter here. You see how effective our Coney cavalry could do in terms of kills? Even the Varangian veterans and can only have some, while taking very little losses themselves. But we sure got rid of the heck out of the pikemen and the armored foot and the bowmen that they brought. Well, we lost a lot of good men during this war. Some died of old age, and others were killed, either like during this battle or the ones that came after. Or with subsequent. And then on, but again, that was on the 22nd of July, which was said to be a slaughter. If we get that date right, that was 1052. But this first battle was actually 1051, so I guess we were so far back from it that we kind of forgotten about it. Then we were defeated on the 13th of April, a year later. Yes, here on the 13th of April we were defeated, despite the fact we were given the casualties. And William himself was maimed in that battle. It was by Pribimir von Hembach, which that man in particular, he's a hybrid culture, Courtiers and Frankish. So he's the one that maimed William in battle, in which he's currently in poor health right now due to him being recently maimed. But that modifier is set to expire in a couple of months, next March. So we were defeated there on the 13th of April. And then on the 13th of May, a month later, we got back at him. And it was that particular slaughter as well as describing. I misread which Battle of Malta it was. Yeah, in which we severely handicapped them that. So I misread that date. Honest mistake. And then a month later, on June 12th, 1052, which we lost at the Battle of Gozo. This particular Battle of Gozo on the 12th of June of 1052. in which we took more losses than they do, but we were still killing them, the survivors, because we want them off our island badly, which we feel like we're kind of not giving them time to rest or escape, so we would keep fighting and bashing them as much as we can. But it was most of our levies is that they took brunt of the losses. Even our Coney cavalry suffered for this. And it was that particular battle that my brother Ismail, who was the heir of Malta, in case something would happen to me, he was hurt by him, which the man is my rival now, which one day I will avenge. And then finally, just recently, right before this, on the so yes, it was Norman who cut down Ismail at the Battle of Gozo, which became Raul Santos. And then finally, on the 24th of June, today, is we're fresh off of that. We defeated him in the Battle of Gozo. It was a slaughter at Gozo, leaving him with 737, 736, you know, including one that we captured, Liam himself. So clearly, our fighter Pribimir, who, despite the fact that he's of poor health and he's a legendary blade master, despite the fact that he's old and he's hunched back, thanks to him with martial admiration due to his culture. Yeah, he was the man. I mean, look at him during the last part of the Battle of Gozo. Yeah, he was the man. Yeah. I mean, don't believe him? This has all happened during the it's like during the 27th of June. I guess that's when we were defeated. The battle goes on when we came back at him. It's like slain, and then slain, slain, slain. He killed 4 Normans, 4 Norman knights, as he could proudly say. Didn't mind that he's a Catholic. He did it because he serves us, and he did it to defend our home island. We won't forget you. Hell of a man. And so now, it's shown as the Normans will be leaving this island for good and return to Italy, return to Italia. And since I've been quite stressed during that time of war, it does prove that despite the fact that I'm a man of stewardship and I'm an architect, yes, architect at 19 due to childhood events, and made very good relations with our people, the Arab-Berbers. I was scarred, but I'm also a battlefield legend. So he's known for him prowess, competence as a respected warrior and marshal, and his ability to consistently surpass odds that heavily outweigh him. So he is capable of leading the charge of the army whenever he wants to. But since I'm quite stressed now, and I hope that my cousin will do well, and maybe one day, whenever he deals with this little matter of frontier raid, I want you to rise up against the Norman overlord. Take your independence back. I'd be willing to support you somehow, while I remain contented here. You know, this axe served us well. Repair it. 150 for repair cost? Get me an antiquarian. There's no good antiquarians. These men that we captured. No, we never took any prisoners during this war, you know. Except for the ruler, and that made us win the war. Plus, as much as I love my spouse, she isn't that good skill-wise at certain fields. So I'm going to need a second spouse. But the only thing that needs to be qualified, and in case if this were to happen again, I need a spouse with high martial. Of a reasonable age, of childbearing age. Or a genius, for that matter, but unlikely due to the said age. Alright, let's so that I can get back up there. Look, to me, you would be ideal for me, but unfortunately, you're past childbearing age. What's by the time? The only reasonable one I see is Elenorka, Amazigh. I do need some intrigue. Which again, I'm going to make her primary spouse while I still have this level. No inheritable traits, I just needed a reasonable spouse to make her primary spouse so I can get the skills, the assistance from the said spouse. Because I need martial just in case for times like these again. While at the same time, let's celebrate by holding a feast. So I need to lose some stress here. So we can consider it as our celebration. I'd like to have a bit more prestige gain. And have a bit more opinion up on everybody. And who's to be the honorable guest? Well, I don't know. Perhaps one of the neighboring rulers, maybe. I know Cousin's busy. Actually, the honorary guest, you. Because you served well. And plus, we need you on our side. Because, you know, a positive council member can be a benefit. And these two, you know, nearby neighbors, separated by sea, could still come in. So I'll do whatever I can to befriend Gerbert. So, yeah, I'll be spending quite a bit of fortune for this. That's all. The servants ran across the hall bringing the final decorations. Some of the guests are yet to arrive, and I indulge myself with a drink by the fire. Boys seem to spotted some fresh quail already. I can't find Henry Gerbert anywhere. Can't wait for him to arrive so my plan to befriend him can finally start. We have a lovely time ahead of us. Let's go. They're going to be on their way out. Elenorka, you are my new primary spouse. Because we need the skills. As they're going to be on their way out of this island. Got ill. Traveling through the swamp lands of Falcine. 4 months. It's alright. There. They're gonna be disembarking on their way up there. I've arrived safely in Sicily, and Prince William has affirmed your pact. I met the other children at court. They seem nice. Hope he's happy there. Ah, yes. Because we're still looking for any new fightermen. And come join with us. I inform my hostage, Egalitarian, who is the heir to all of Sicily, has arrived. I'm sure my people will make her feel right at home. The pact is in place. I know the trial hasn't been kind to you, but I got an idea what I'm going to do there. I'm going to make you become Ismail. Just to screw him over. Like hopefully there will be some time between me and her where I can make her convert to that faith, so that way there'll be a Muslim overlord instead. Haha. Cause instability. I'm a madman, you see. Right, who hasn't arrived yet? My aunt. Okay. She's here. My sister was executed. Gotta have this at least. I mean, there's no point of going all the way towards architect. But development growth and realm capital would be nice. And I should switch to martial focus in case of times like these again. Since I have no, commander traits. So when do I change? 2 years. Alright then. Also about to have a child soon. Hope for a son. The guests are gathered at a great hall. Lords and ladies from near and far reaches of the realm. One of my favorite things is to watch people get intoxicated here to talk a lot more than they should. The mood is bright and the spirits are high as the feast begins. Welcome, friends. Again, I only wish to befriend him to get him on our side. Servants are carrying out impressively adorned entertainments. A number of proud peacocks, skinned, cooked, and stuffed. They were dressed in their magnificent plumages. However, Geduda brought her knife close to one of them, and the fowl came to with a shriek. This one wasn't cooked at all. It pecked at her nose before bursting forward among the screaming and laughing guests. As the bird ran wild, Manfredi rose to the challenge, and it proved entertainment to see him desperately chase the raving creature across tables. In the end, he managed to scare the peacock towards the great hall doors, where it escaped into the night. No feast is complete without a prank. A good laugh prolongs life, as long as you're not the butt of the joke. So that takes much less stress gain, and medium health boost. It's taken much easier to get myself close to Gavat without making it feel forced after all. The best friendships are natural. One would think that this is spontaneous. A man picks food, pushing a few small morsels around the greasy wooded plate. It's all a bit heavy, isn't it? This course, and the course before that, and the course before that, and he'd never say eyes as servant bring out the next round of dishes. And the next one too. So much rich food all in a row. When what we really need is some innovative powder cleanser. You do realize it's my feast, yes? not what I want, but this is just the arrogant side of me. The most days and nights and joys accompanying my feast is going to be over. Most of our guests seem to be pleased, except maybe perhaps Gedura, who is still clutching her nose from where the peacock marked her. We should do this more often, so she's holding a grudge for that. What started as an ordinary feast became an exceptional one thanks to President Niku. We spoke all evening about all manner of subjects, as things we seem to have a lot in common. Had such a good time with her. What a good evening. Daughter. So, Helia, what is your name? After extensive conversation over our meal, Abd al-Aziz expresses that he admires how I'm able to expound at length of any topic. He recognizes true intellect, I see. The feast is drawn to a close, and my visitors are sure expecting me to lavish a little attention on Gerbert, our esteemed guest of honor. Traditionally, a complimentary toast and deep drink of violet sherbet does the trick. Then again, all Gerbert did was turn up. The feast was my idea. I paid for everything, hosted everyone. The arrogant side of me says, and you're all very welcome for my hospitality. Yeah, holding a feast in his honor was a bad idea. So that didn't work. A few candles survive as the last of the guests has left. I could hear the pair of servants letting out a sigh of relief after the doors closed. The food is still warm on the ceramic plates. Soon word will reach every corner of the realm, and every noble worth their salt will know the magnificence is unparalleled. If everyone headed home with bellies full of exotic delicacies, I'm proud to say that the feast was a success. I have my wife Eleanorka to thank for much of its success. I feel nothing but gratitude as she sees the last few guests off. Now that, it's all done. Great banquet here. Helps with the development. Speaking of which, this week, at least it's back up to 100% control. And nearly everything is fully reinforced, as we're going to start making quite a bit of fortune again. I recently thought of this idea, since, you know, we could build buildings faster now, and cost less to do so. I remember reading something somewhere. Because you know how you notice that there are 4 buildings that you can have, compared to just 3? Well, that's because you have made it, you know, the realm capital. I'd like to have another one for Lampedusa. And since we're so development intensive these days, so how about this? This is just one move, okay? See, you got a free building slot. So, and you know, this is the home of the Koenig Cavalry here. We fell past us here. As effective as our cavalry is, would it be great if we were to increase the damage a bit more? Yeah, there is. Blacksmiths. It does increase the holding tax coming from this a bit more. We'll up the levy reinforcement rate and knight effectiveness. And much reduced cost for hosting a duel tournament if you decided to hold it in that holding over there. Yeah, that'd be a great idea. It may take 11 months. We could do better than that. Well, I say better than that. Unfortunately, there's nobody compared to you, but you might screw things up potentially. Development next level takes about 13 months, but in actuality we put that there, so it'll take 7 months to get it done. We might see a return to piracy soon. So yes, we're moving a court to Lampedusa temporarily. Yeah, we're all traveling there. Again, just a temporary thing. Once the building is complete, I'll move it back. This is a 7-month vacation to Lampedusa. Hey, court's this way. Wait for the bloomeries to be finished, and then I'll move the capital back to Malta. We just wanted to add another building slot to there due to being a county capital, or realm capital in this case. Read that again. When we return to piracy, we're definitely going to increase the level, get it up to keep. We need a lot of money for it. Months, September 13th. How you doing, cousin? You're winning a frontier raid, which made them think twice about trying to raid your place. His health is good, but he's maimed, so he's more vulnerable. Done. Okay. Obviously we could do the same for Gozo, as it's a mosque and as a clan, I can hold it. Yes, you could do it as many times as you like. Smart. Let me see my Connie. Yep, come on. We're moving back to the island. The main island. See, it doesn't remove it. Slightly exploitive, if you have the money. But it'll do wonders. Yeah, that additional damage. So build a bellows then. While another development level goes up. Invasion story has ended. That means, did they take everything that they wanted? Well, they're trying to gain as much territory. I guess their expedition towards Malta was their downfall. So now we hope that we can reach a deal between us, and maybe we can work things out here, huh? So yes, the men-at-arms are fully recovered, and so are the levies. You know, because of who we are at this point, I normally avoid this option, but I'm going to, because this gives me prestige anyhow. We need more prestige, as we'd like to become illustrious sooner or later, which would give us the ability to launch a conquest war that is duchy size. Because may never know that I'll even invade the island of Sicily, and I'll be there, and I'll be Siculo-Arabic culture again, and all that. But I want to improve the realm more first. So that is my priority. That is who I am. They call me the city builder, because I know how to build cities, or in this case, buildings. So yes, that's what we're going to do here. It may be time for my family to abandon the legacy of House Maori and carve its own path in history, with me as the head of this new branch of our great dynasty, because I'm getting tired of this old house that's been going back and forth for who's the house head and all that. I don't care! This island made us feel like, well, we're islanders here, so we'll forge our own path here. So now, remember of House Saldan. Be loving is our motto. Odd motto though, because can you imagine during a duel sometimes this dialogue pops up where one of the battle cries is, "Be loving!" Seems a bit contradictory, but still. And Sahelia is... Oh, really? So we got rid of male only, and now it's agnatic cognatic. One would think we're becoming a bit more progressive these days around here. At least in this house. But remember, you can't be the dynasty head until, well, to be the dynasty head. I believe it's just you gotta be the one with the most realm or whomever. But still, I do like the fact that the dynasty head has chosen irradiation, which eventually will lead to all this further down the line. If we can all work together to get more renown and stop screwing things up. So from now on, it'll be known as House Saldan. But let me do one slight adjustment. Saldanid, you know, that's what that, you know, this part of the house, House Saldanid, which like how, you know, yeah, you get the idea, because look at the other houses, from our dynasty. Nicophorosid, Zenobit, which went extinct. There's her, which is about to extinct soon, but now there's a third, Saldanid. Just wanted to, you know, be proper, have a little respect. But as for be loving, I don't think that fits it, but I'll think of something, because you know what, in the next episode, prior to recording in the next episode, I will change the motto, because be loving does not really fit who we are as Maltese pirates and everything. What we're doing here, so I'll come up with something a bit more, you know, not necessarily random. It's just what sounds good. Alright, to me, so no, so for you people, do not give me any suggestions. Oh really? I'm the dynasty head now. For what? Well, thank you very much. Makes me feel special. I've always wanted to take charge of things, but now I do. And now, remember, your daughters are allowed to inherit titles now, because because it's now male preference, not only. Because circumstances have been changed, so we don't need royal prerogative for this. Yeah, that's no longer necessary. But in the meantime, we want to get communal government because this will increase the maximum existing development penalty at 35, so we can develop this island even more. Y'all ready for this? Let's raise up those raiders. I'll take a piracy myself. We'll leave southern Italy alone since that place is a war zone, and we should start small, like what my predecessor had done. Go over there first. Raid all this island and then come back. Possibly more. Like the northern half of Sardinia, since that's more developed. And look, we still make quite a bit of fortune with these raiders raised. Because for now on, your primary focus is to get this upgraded to a keep. Because this increases the fort level even more and adds more levies, as well as siege web effectiveness if needed. Same goes for this one. And this mosque here, which already has temple grounds, but can't upgrade that further. But I'd be willing to add a building there. We'll think of something. Just wanted to improve the economy even more for maintenance and be more self-sufficient. Right, let's begin. In your train, commanders. You sure we'll take the hit of the raised army maintenance, but there's a possibility we can gain commanders at these lowlands, because we need more men. Good fighting men. Flame and screams surround me, and well, as my army plunders for valuable goods and prisoners. The acrid stench of burning flesh fills the air, and I feel a beautiful cocktail of blood and dirt drying on my face. But then I see among the wreckage a small doll cast aside in the dirt. I feel compelled to look at it. Its small button eyes are hand-stitched, well, remind me of the innocents waiting for me back home. Even caked in mud, its soft hair feels so delicate in my hand, I can't help but think that this would make a perfect gift for one of the children at court. Look, she's sickly. She's not, so... This doll reminds me so much of Egalitarian. Maybe she'll look at me more positively, especially when I turn her Muslim. Because in case William dies, or unless he has a son, that realm will be unstable. Lots of good valuables here. I, of course, got to go over to that little island over there. Move out. Here we go. Theophanes, local Maltese. He's stupid, but he at least knows how to fight, so Oh, even better, he's a Reaver. Actually, I want to keep raiding until I pick up that Raider trait, like my predecessor. Once I pick that up, then it'll be your turn to do all the raiding for us. We will still carry out the worst traditions of the Mediterranean piracy. Or best traditions, that depends on your perspective. And don't forget to repair your axe. Today after lunch I was looking at some numbers with Manfred in my store when he informed me now my finances are good enough shape to repay my outstanding loan. Oh, I forgot about the loan. That's an occasion to meet the lenders and settle the issue once for all through decision. Thank you, Manfred. Yeah, we gotta repay that loan. Here you go. Forgot about that damn loan because we had to bring it out during a time of crisis. Into that. Mm-hmm. Yes, I do have a rival. That man. Who is gout-ridden, and he lost an eye recently, but he ain't going down yet. You know what, give it 2 years, pick up centralization for the development of the realm capital, then switch out and go for strategy. Go more towards this path of all this. Knowing that would be defensive intensive these days in case something like that happens again. Communal government. And also, we are about to enter into the High Medieval era. Mangonels is what's next in this exposure. So these two, we don't care about those anymore. Birds would be nice in 10 years' time, so we can unlock all the early medieval era military buildings to strengthen us even more. Move on. I had a dream where I was in a realm of darkness, and nothing but darkness. I could not see anything. Although there was nothing explicitly threatening me, I could not help but feel a great sense of dread. After I woke up, these feelings of dread continued for the rest of the day. I feel uneasy about everything now. You spend 5 piety and gain 1 stress. Hey, you're diligent. Develop that capital. But be careful, because you're going to have a mental break if you do that again. Just wait until your stress is a lot lower. Just basically carrying on my predecessor's tradition of developing this island even more. But obviously you need money to support such developments. Yeah, that's good loot we've been having, but we need more. What about these coasts? Hey, there's one. I mean, nobody touched them. They're in the middle of a war right now. Unfortunately, it's under siege, so no go. Is West Francia doing anything? No? Should we risk it or just go after one of the smaller entities? $20, $27, $34, $34. Okay, maybe that area then. Right there next. Oh yeah, the rump state of Universum Regnum. How's Marseille over there? 43? Oh, that was my son, who was stillborn. So again, Marseille, target 43. Good value. Hell, most of the land is good value. Nobody dared disturb it. But again, Universal Regnum is a rump state, so it should be considered weak. Calatrava, is it considered weak? Probably not, since he's got all this land for himself, including the most valuable one, Cordoba, 88 gold. Is Burgundy at war? No. Italy is at war. Okay, what about Corsica? Okay, not as developed as I hope, but it's still got some value, but it doesn't compare it to some of the other areas. Like over there, like to me these are more valuable targets. But I guess we'll settle it with Marseille. Head to Universum Regnum. Oh, we captured some important people in there. Excellent. Again, I may have the advantage, but I have no commander traits, which we gotta change that. Once I get into more into strategy focus. Because I'm not just going to be a man of stewardship, but I'm also a man of war too. In case, you know, we get invaded again. Although unlikely now, since the Normans are probably weaker than they were previously. You'll do. I wonder how they're going to respond to that. If they don't respond to anything, I'm going to keep raiding your coast. You became a rival of another ruler. Great job. Imperiality is likely to happen again. Got your son too, so you better pay up that ransom. My half-brother, Abdullah's sent away to be a hostage, who will at last return a grown man. The pact with William has ended, but my brother is safe. William's daughter remains a hostage, so she's still only a girl. Perhaps when she is older. Yeah. Because I tend to turn her Muslim. She could keep that culture, because why on earth would I want to spread Maltese culture up there? Because that is an involved, not an involved culture. She's 3 years old. While I come to expect mischief from my daughter and heir of Sahila, her creativity keeps me on my toes. When it's not a prank, it's a brawl. The disgruntled tutor or Gray's knees from an adventure going wrong. Never a dull moment. She's pretty rowdy herself. Yeah, sure. Welcome to the high medieval era. Get more prestige before I consider adding another tradition, since I'm the culture head for the Maltese. I mean, some are cheaper than others that we could do, but that's something I have to think about later. Knowing that prestige is about to be spent from all this piracy activity. According to the guard, my half-brother Abdullah approaches Malta, back from his stay in Sicily. He's older, but I recognize him at once. We will catch up when I am home. There's so much to catch up on, half-brother. That's good enough. To Malta. Be back in 5 months. Tyranny war. Sicily's having trouble. If you get deposed, he'll take over. Sicily's always such a troubling place. May you grow strong. No longer sickly. The first child in line of the new House Saldanid, named after me. Because I felt that our defense of Malta and defeating the Normans here was enough to prove that we do deserve to have our own distinction. As well as being the dynasty head and all that. So they have a very weak foothold in southern Italy. But we fear that due to them being Catholic, that all of Italy will be controlling it. Okay, they actually moved their capital to Palermo, which is actually the de jure capital of Sicily itself. Yep, you are in a very special land. Palermo, out of all the places in southern Italy and insular Sicily, this has a distinction, as currently the majority is Siculo-Arabic and Ishmaelism, while there's a small minority of Greeks, Maghrebi, and large minority of Sicilian. Small minority of Orthodox, large minority of Asharis, and large minority of Catholics. So you are truly in a diverse place, which of course leaves a lot left to be desired. You ought to pay that ransom. Look at that. Pay up. definitely going to improve that keep here in Malta. While lots of prestige be spent here due to the raid. Wait, 385. It'll take 18 months. Tax will increase, as does the fort size and the levies especially. Get it up. Oh, and while you're at it, develop this capital more for diligent planning. And for the sake of the defense of Malta, we're actually going to recruit Courtiers. With their combat experience, the pirates we could make for skilled soldiers. So I'll be spending more money on recruiting them. So range between 200 and 500. It's not much, but every little bit helps. There are a group of pirates active in the Mediterranean who I have connections with, and who agreed not to target my territories and to help me. We have shared mutual interests. The military experience of these pirates are considerable, and could be a valuable asset to my own forces. I decided to enter a more permanent agreement with some of these pirates, recruited them to fight for me directly under my banner. Let's hope they prove reliable soldiers. I get a bit of dread for that, which I don't have much in the way of natural dread. Mediterranean pirates. We got 150 of them. 100 levies and some bowmen. It's not much we hoped for, but every little bit helps. It's going to take a while to get it all done, even while having this active. And at the same time developing the island much further than ever before. Because currently it's 28 in Malta versus Salerno's 30 and Rome's 34. 82. Come on, have more. You too, Eustace. Very good wealth. Very good. Here's another new recruit. Sergius. We just need more fighting men in our ranks. Because there's a shortage of good fighting men here, so we look for more recruits. 357 is what's needed. I saunter between the market stalls of Malta, a heavy pouch tugging in my belt. How do I make this coin work for me? As I admire the wares of a local smith, a good steel, a sound investment, my steward Manfredi suddenly appears at my side. A word of advice, my liege? Have a look at the jeweler's stall over there. Their words might be simple, but their potential is great. Well, it's good to have army gold maintenance reduced. A jeweler's workshop would be much better. Or just turn a quick profit with some clever trades. With the holding of Malta here, the capital, we'll get more holding tax. But I'll say neither for them. Turn a quick profit with some clever trades. Because we need the money. In a few months' time, we're going to start building a keep here in Lampedusa. Which again will improve even further. I want you to have a look at it again. So somebody wants to kill my half-brother. Let me just try to look at the traditions and what could be beneficial for us. Ah! Norman. He was gored on a boar's tusk. Must have happened during a hunt. Yeah. Vengeance. I'm just looking. Development, growth, control, growth. Takes longer to build. Grand wedding? Yeah, I could do a little bit of travel. Keep looking. Cheaper guests. If we were to have more prestige, it's the thing. This would have been nice earlier. But we still... Let's see first. You know that whole stalwart defenders thing during this war in Malta? That kind of helped us out a little, you know? Without it, who knows what would have happened. Be serving under them, that's what would happen. Keep looking. Oh, you know what? I just thought of it. I'm reminded. Hang on, where is it? That. Because we have this habit of, you know, we want to gain money by any means, and we like to get rich, and we have this tradition of piracy. Hell, since we're so much money intensive, why do we do that too? Battlefield looters. Gain gold from battles. 1 gold per 100 fatal casualties. Prestige and fame for battles would be much reduced, though. Because if I want prestige or fame, go hunting or do something. Or be more prestigious by other means. And we get way more army loot capacity, meaning more time to piracy. Yeah. Does not have 3 rulers with the Reaver tree. That's alright. So... yeah, I think I got it all figured out. Okay, who's getting married here? In Dokala, that's... oh, way over in Morocco. I mean, I could get some prestige by being in attendance. And of course, take that travel option of the travel log, where you gain more monthly. Of course, you gotta get the experienced captain. And brother, you're coming with me because you got good travel safety. Yeah, I'll be there. And once we leave, the car, all the way over there. When we get back at sea, I want to make a few stops. First, Tomb of Numidia, and then we go back out at sea. And then once we're at the Punic Sea, stop by and visit the capital. And then we'll be back at sea, and then boom, we're home. Got it? Let's go. Something to do. Who knows? Might gain more prestige during such things. Of what events that may pop up. So, yes, I'm going with the idea of battlefield looters. Because that's just who we are. We're so money intensive that we'll even try to loot the dead for more wealth. So I already have architects, so I'm disregarding the rest of that. So I should go for more strategy focus. So I could go pick these up. Especially this route for faster raid speed. And safer travels. Oh, by the way, that hat that I've been wearing, if you're wondering, what kind of hat is that? Oh, 1 second. No! My axe! Save it! Oh, my brother! My brother! I will not part of my axe. So yeah, I think you should just take priority. Repair your axe. You do not want to lose that axe because that's been good to you. Even if it costs what the fly it was 150 and now they jacked up the price. Fine. I think it's because you're in a high medieval era now where everything is more expensive than ever now. Especially holding tournaments. You know, without your caravan master, travel's expected to be a bit more dangerous. We shall see. Who's the sea captain out there? Let's travel with me. Yeah, you. Get a move on. How long have you been in prison? Hey, wait a minute. This man might be useful to us. Recruit him. And travel to the Moroccan coastline. Remember, this is a Fatimid realm. Wasn't there supposed to be a new force that's invaded here? Umayyads is still around. Oh, more of it. Oh, yeah, these guys. While I passed through the drylands of Mazagan, my wife asked, and that, yeah, that's my, you know, that's my lovely wife, who's also the regent. Why are you traveling me? Aren't you supposed to be the regent? So anyways, she barely sizes up a hidden snake nest, alerted by the sharp eye of my bodyguard, Pribimir, the hunchback. As not, you need to be more careful, Pribimir admonishes. Your Taberna's voice, asking that, our sheepishly, and grateful smile return. Thanks, I owe you one. Let's move with the utmost care for a while. So, avoiding traps for the next 2 months, which the wedding is about to take more than 2 months, to be real honest. Let me eat it. Harmless plan after all. Takes 3 months. Damn muddy roads. Yeah, I'm not here to cause mischief or anything like that. Increase stress loss if I were to act like a jackass. No, I'm here to do recreation. I don't want no trouble, just want to reduce stress. Because I'm a bit prone to it these days. Hey, you gone Catholic yet, cousin? Are you even still ruling? Yeah, the tyranny war continues and he's not in a good way. I look around myself and examine. Everywhere I lay my eyes on there are mingling guests, flowers in every service, buzzing servants with loaded dishes, and very proud hosts while they are done. It's taking on the final details. Never spent excited sauce on the Islam and Aliyah. We're standing at ready. The ceremony's about to begin. Can't wait! At least this is a Shia wedding. I thought I was feeling a bit more welcome because I don't know how prominent Shiism is over there, but remember, you're in the Fatimid realm. Fatimid is Shia. Makes me feel relieved that they made no attempts to try to retake Malta. But you know the Kingdom of Sicily will. One day. That's why we have to up the defenses a bit more. Huge guest list though. 68. As I just noticed it. But I'm here to reduce stress. That's all. You just gave me some martial lifestyle experience. Thank you very much. The ceremony's finally reached its climax. The traditional rituals have been completed. All I have to do is the final vows. The formal consent, the seal on marriage, as both Abdul Salam and I say I do. The crowd starts cheering. They all stand witness to the beginning of their life together. Exciting. The formal part of the wedding, the ceremony is finally behind us. Everyone is smiling in anticipation of the gargantuan meal. Exciting entertainment and general revelry are about to be offered. Let's tuck in. Sight, taste, touch, smell, even sound. No human sense is left untouched by the skill and grandeur of the evening's food. A fabulous melee of art and fare. Near my seat, both Egalitarian and Caliph Kadir share their opinions about spread. I didn't know the Caliph was here. I mean, I paid a little attention to that of who's, doing what. They share their opinions, but another fellow out there. Probably stuffing yourself in lieu of detailed commentary. My, this is certainly bustling, Kadir complains. I better get a chance to teach you dish. So our place will go on this. I think Kadir has the right idea. He's the Caliph. So I spend much the evening hobnobbing with this mastermind philosopher. A well-learned man. You may learn something from him. Keeps finished in Malta. That means you can further upgrade more buildings now. But my priority is adopt battlefield looters. In case we get into fights and I'd be willing to take more money from them. That's the idea here. Feels like I've been eating, drinking, mingling, dancing, and singing for days. Soon the celebration will wind down, and the spouses will retire to their private chambers for the consummation of the wedding. For us who remain, though, let's pour another drink, and let's toast to the spouses. It's time. Pay ransom, 25 gold. You got it. One after another, all the guests are leaving. It's time for you to depart too. The wedding was a great occasion to mingle with my peers and relax. And I abandoned the premises, tired and satisfied, sending my best wishes to the spouse for a prosperous and happy union. Congratulations again. I gained 25 prestige just for being there. Actually, no, I jumped up a bit more. So as I gained wedding guests to the wedding of the century. And gain legitimacy just for being there. Every guest who has come here, 150 prestige. And plus a few more from me. Glad I went there. In the meantime, get it. We're gonna be those kind of people. It'll take 5 years to adopt this tradition. So in this culture, battles are not fought for prestige, but for profit. Who cares about one standing if you're unable to pay for the war? So each time we get into a fight and win, we take the money from them. We'll be looting the bodies from now on. Instead of getting lucky and hopefully we raid a baggage train or two. Of course I've third line all of these. Remember, you can't raid again because you'll be at negative prestige by then. So we should probably spend our money on something else. This morning, I was prepared to leave our bedroom to ride my trusty mare around the neighborhood of my holding. Eleanorka, still undressed, placed her arms around my torso, whispered in my ear. Houses were in need of significant renewal in terms of luxuries. I know for a fact that this is a dead horse off to beating my spouse. This time she lists all the remotely influent people in my realm to support her request. Cornered by the daft political move of my spouse, I am now pressed to give a definite answer. Why on earth would I need court grandeur for? But 85 prestige though, and she gets a bit more prestige, or I could say no to her, and I lose. Okay, I'll provide the funds, my darling. So everybody will have an increased opinion of me, but at least you get some prestige in return, and I'll become illustrious soon. So let's visit a few landmarks while we're at it. Pass through the tomb of Numidia. You do gain prestige by going through certain areas. When do I go hunt again? We know, but I think, because I thought hunt would be like, yeah, I think that'd be a good idea. It's the only best way to get prestige at this point. Now there's the capital of the Shia Caliphate. And Fatima. Got the sun and air. You know what? No. Name it after myself. Saldan. Yeah. Junior. Also, get this for cultural fascination progress. Because we want more innovations for the Maltese culture as possible. To get there faster. This tends to happen. 51% chance to gain 1.8 each month. So we're getting faster progress than normal. Back then it used to be, oh wait till it's 10 years time and you'll get your birds. No, it's much faster now. Jalal did. You're in. In another year's time, we will reach 30 development. You're winning the tyranny war. Good on you. Ah, yes, since I'm the dynasty head now, I could tell it or claim to tell it for myself, but I cannot because you need a renown for that. Fair enough. Should the day ever come. Yeah, we know he's a historical character, so he still has some of those benefits. I guess I'm allowed to hunt again since it's been this long since the last one. Yeah, you can. But anyways, get back. Get back there. You're about to be illustrious. Wait till next year. There you go. I approve. Actually, shouldn't you... Do I have, Yeah, we still have it, but that's set to expire. And you got that faster culture fascination progress. Do that again. Patronize arts and sciences. And since you have maxed out on Arab-Berber, work on the Greek. Still patronizing the arts and sciences despite the fact that we are a pirate culture. But we still care about cultural advances because just to show them that we are not barbarians. Just to keep up the momentum of getting all these innovations. Oh, by the way, since we're in the high medieval now, the invite to Norse settlers are gone now. You want to name it after you? No. I'm on that. Sounds a little similar, but you get the idea here. Household savings, thank you very much. You know what? Let's go hunting right now. To the hunt. Taberna is the only place that's suitable because it's the only one with a hunting ground. Plus, much more prestige on completion. That's the reason for that. I want to gain more prestige before we go out pirating again. And it would be nice to slay a beast if there's a chance to. Even if you don't succeed because of the high development here in Malta, at least it's still a place to get prestige. Not trying to gain a trophy here. Sergio's Sibyl's departed the sunrise over the hunting grounds nestled in Texas Plains. Many of my many gamekeeper flushes but pour over the area for tracks and fumes. It stalks the woods, snatching livestock from nearby villages and terrorize the gatherers. This ought to be good fun. Whoa! A bear in Malta? How the hell did a bear get into Malta? Had somebody imported that here? keep in mind, if we want to roleplay the fact that somehow, after all this time of all, either by piracy or through trade, where do they import these wild animals into the island? Or there's a special place. After all, we built a hunting ground, so we probably imported those wild animals into the said hunting grounds where we do the hunting there. And they can only roam in that area and not within city limits or anything like that. So, it's either a stag or a fox, but apparently there's a goddamn bear in Malta. So let's get out there. Poachers here in Amir's flatland. I hover to get her. I was around my guards making a poor job hiding the dead one. We do not do this, please. Mercy, glorious Amir. Their blades and bows valley their words. What's the popular opinion here in Malta? 16. If my legitimacy were to go any higher, they'll like me a bit more. But if there's going to be poaching outrage, things may get worse. Trade experience is irrelevant to me. It's more of what's the best way to get more prestige. I'll say the animal is mine, along with their fines for their lives. Local magistrates acquiesce. Good. Needed the prestige. My wazir now spots the bear watching us from far. Its body taut, ready to run. The powerful beast is a sight to behold. The horses grow skittish to each spot, its shaggy coat among the tall trees. Tall grass, I should say. Damn background. Without warning, it lopes away in a flash of dark fur, disappearing behind her eyes. After we ride, hark away. What am I doing? After my lectures, and oh my shit, where's my hostage, Egalitarian, who's no longer the heir? Guess he got a son now. Has embraced the true faith. I always knew she would make a good little Espionage one day. Allah guided my hand. Who am I? I finally made it today, looking wistful and contemplative, gazing at the view below us. I approached her, rest my hand on her soft shoulder, and asked what way soever in life. Oh, uncle, my father is Catholic, and I an Ishmaeli. How can I call myself his daughter when I believe so at odds? I cannot wonder. Who am I? Dehot or Sardanid? Hey, we literally took her when she was very little, so I'll say, of course, I'm your uncle. She'll begin questioning who she owes her loyalty to. After hours riding, we were finally cornering the wildly beast. 45% chance. Wow, we got it here. But our chase had not been in vain. We were tired to find the bear at last halts, turns towards us, and lets out an almighty roar. Odds were sheepishly surrounded with their spears and swipes its deadly claws. Oh, I'm asking to get killed for this. But I think the safest thing in the world is just shoot him down, rather than try to bring him myself, which sure would greatly increase the experience, but it would matter little to none. Plus, falconer is a much more noble thing than hunting a damn bear. Captive beast for more. May be used to hunt this animal with a high success chance if you choose to hunt again. That's a bad idea. take the safe option. Just shoot it. It gives me prestige and I'll gain more prestige upon completion. Just shoot it. I am not in the mood to get killed. There's always a chance of me getting severely injured, especially during a time like this. Shoot it! I take aim as the party keeps exhausted and I will place, exhale, and loose. The arrow strikes true, straight into the beast's heart. That's how you do it! Yeah! Hunts like these are a pure joy. I cannot wait for next year. There's nothing quite like the thrill of bringing down a mighty beast. Jalal-ad-Din, while the Rex are breaking up, clumsily skinning their carcass before letting the game masters take over. We place the eager dogs, share the spoils on a stretch hide before departing for camp and home. I'll keep it a memento. So now I gained additional 150 prestige. Well done. Not to mention legitimacy. And despite the, at least the popular opinion, Malta increased because there was a dangerous bear here. Yeah. I'll keep the bear claws for myself. Which is a faint trinket now. Put that on. Much reduced stress gain. Oh, just look at the books that I have around. Put that on. It's 150 for repair cost. You ain't got no cord artifact. Well done. Yes, we're hostage. Palermo has farmland, so the land is ripe with development, but it's been neglected over the years due to the island being very unstable. You've become a poet recently. Prince William. Request shipments of Sicilian grain from the Caliph himself. Alright. I get some more prestige out of this. I'm about to gain some more gold from the payment. So, 100 gold to me, and I gain 40 more. There we go. Thank you kind for agreeing my request to send shipments of grain from your territory to Sicily. My people think of it as generosity. Good to hear the grain arrived safely. So what do the people say? They disapprove. Well, why you say that? Oh, by the way, we can upgrade this further. We can reduce the men-at-arms maintenance even more now by turning this to a Corsair port. Pirate bands have amassed enough wealth and influence with the help of regional rulers to maintain their own sanctuaries where they can manage their fleets and engage in trade. But we can never upgrade this because Dynasty's not unlocked class, which that's for the Indian Ocean thing. This can go about as this much. Anything that reduces the men-at-arms maintenance would be very good for us. Not to mention a lot more tax income. Do it! So we're upgrading that here more. Happy with this arrangement. Wave after wave. Vista Chacon. it's a rare year where that goes by where I don't have cause to make use of ocean transport, given its close proximity to Malta, which I live in. I'd be able not to. Today's journey was a quick one. My presence required to dedicate some minor dispute, leaving me to enjoy the peaceful sensation of being ferried home, watching the shoreline roll by with nary a care in the world. Standing on the boat's deck, leaning over the side, it feels so very peaceful. The water's almost hypnotic, though. Almost hypnotic. Died in his sleep, the old hunchback. Get some bodyguards. You're the good one. And you the average. Yeah. A Compatibility scholar. My efforts to improve the state of learning and culture in Sicily has paid off handsomely. I even attracted the attention of a certain Basilica Izgotis. The learned Nicopolitan. I mean, what culture is that exactly? Oh, diverged culture. An Orthodox scholar who hails from the region of Gortina, that's in Crete, has visited my court after hearing about my policies and is impressed of what she saw, or at least she does a good job pretending to. She is impressed. Though she was difficult at first, I managed to convince her to settle here, at least for now. Basilica's intellect will undoubtedly be a great asset to us. Welcome to your new home. Might be of some use. Unfortunately, my condition has deteriorated further over the last few days. Half expected the bad news of an anonymous stance. This morning I was diagnosed with a serious condition. I am no longer ill. I have typhus! Oh, that's no good. Typhus. Get the book! No, not enough. Question is, will I survive typhus? Because Saldana II, the soon-to-be Saldan II, is sickly, and he could die too. And then it may go to Celia, which she'll have the martial education. But still, the idea of, an early death, and then the early death of this. And it's not going to cause realm instability. I mean, look, you know how this works. We're an island. We live alone and we're being isolated, while a new cultural tradition's being adapted and all that. This is just terrible timing. Will I perish because of typhus, or will I survive? Ill and pregnant. As my body sapped out of restraint by typhus, I feel ever worse. I cannot leave the bed anymore. Unfortunately, the maladies run its course, and I die one morning, while my trusted servants assist me. May I rest in peace. Oh, different illnesses in the Middle Ages without proper treatment were a frequent cause of death. Yes, I know you were sick too, but Amiras, and that's you tried to treat me, but despite your experience, it wasn't enough. Sorry. I think this will end the line of geniuses here, potentially. As, it's not been revealed. So that's what comes to question. Is the line of geniuses at its end? And rest in peace. In a rather shocking manner. Emir Saldan I of Malta has abandoned his trend this world and flown to heaven at the age of 26 years of age. He died of typhus. Let us not forget that he will forever be known as the man who defended Malta from the Normans. Kept them back, and that we did. So, now, as Emir Saldan ascends the throne, having no skills in which to keep the realm together, his rule may be doomed to fail, as he is sickly, in which he was born almost a year ago at this point. But we do not know if he'll survive sickliness. That we cannot know. So one defensive war. He was a bit of a hunter himself, but I inherited all his things. Monthly income's gone down. Oh, look at you. Yo, get your damn seat. But you're going to be that one unruly vassal who's going to become an issue in the long run. Stop the development. And if you're going to do any piracy, well, it's going to be very limited. Now it's going to take 2 years to get this Corsair port done, which we could start making a bit more tax, which will be a bit more better for us. But now, fate's uncertain. Because if Saldan II dies of being sickly, even though we do have a bit of health benefits, but it's not enough. So how do I take over? As a matter of fact, educate her with someone who knows all things martial. Him. If I pick up ill during this reign while I'm still sickly, that's it for the boy. Just turned 1 now. Tyranny against William. Italy will be assisting Sicily. What are you doing? Fill the coffers. Try to obtain gold. So this is good. This is a case of, well, here we go again. It's shocking that, I mean, Saldan I died of typhus. Typhus, but there was no epidemic of typhus. He just got it, and died. Another sister. Jamila, be her name. At least I got siblings. Again, in case if I do die, then that means for the first time, there will be a female ruler in, I mean, not necessarily in the dynasty's history, but in our house, and for Malta. I'm sure there were female monarchs who were Muslim, but they're probably less known, but not like independent. We'll keep that well in mind. So all you can do now is just sit on your hands. You can't do much of anything, except for the occasional piracy. But the development progress will have to be halted for now, despite the benefits that it has. We do like the city builder improvements. which that's a permanent modifier for Malta. What a beautiful night. The bonfire crackles and pops, spitting up smoke into the night sky. The honey tree skewered on the end of my stick slowly caramelizes. I watch slowly its changing color with interest. Alongside me, Egalitarian is doing the same as the adults drink violet sharba and regale each other with stories of events of long past. Many years before us were either born. She and I haven't really talked too much before, but it would be nice to talk to someone around my own age for once. What are you talking about? I'm 1. She's 8. I'll say this was fun. That's it. Is that a disease? Amalfian fever. Major typhus outbreak. Uh-oh. If you turn that up, it's going to cost you. Actually, it doesn't at all, so just in case. Major outbreak of typhus started in Amalfi. There's a good chance that it'll come to Malta and start messing with its development. It's only been around for a few months, so we're just keeping it up at our toes. You know, he went out at sea. So he probably caught... No. That was before the outbreak. When Soldan the First died. But I'll be willing to end the episode by holding a funeral. I mean, we're not making too much wealth of anything, so at least try to do a funeral. I mean, we gotta give the man who defended Malta for all of us to be defended here. And plus, its battles ended in Gozo. Have a travel log. So, the funeral for my father. Yeah, I mean, funerals do not cost much. So at least we gotta give it to him. A tribute to the defender of Malta. Gozo is to be Soldan's final resting place. I'm left alone to gather my thoughts and prepare the arrival of honored mourners. Plus more prestige for that. Unless we have a tragedy here that I die while holding a funeral. Subsidized liege authority. Greetings, son. My liege. Also proposes for tighten up the crown's authority in my realm. All I need is your seal, set on my own, of course, so that your vassals don't think you unjust. We already have limited crown authority, do we not? No, we don't. Could have sworn. Okay. Okay, you got it. What the hell's grandmother doing all the way out there? And she's on her way. Oh, so we named after her. I see. In 7 months, we could start making a bit of fortune once again. And with the reduced men-at-arms maintenance to come, that would make things better for us. For the pirate island. And do not forget, we're soon to adopt battlefield looters. which means we can carry even more loot capacity when pirating, which also in turn means you lose a lot more prestige. So new rule, don't go pirating unless you have a lot of prestige in you. Of all the figures venerated in villainous, none have been desired more than our departed Emir Saldan of Malta. With his crowd of weepers and gawkers finding other side satisfied of fascination, when last left the moment of solace between myself and my father. Time for a quiet prayer. As 2 years old, don't know what a prayer is. As once again the Sicilian frontier struggle has ended with imperiality, thus reducing development for all. And this also means reduced holding taxes. Iconoclasticos has named a new religious head. What the hell's going on up there? Hunched beside me, bereft of a pretense of propriety, the inconsolable Eleanorca, which one? Grandmother, gazes out into nothingness before. Not a tear falls from her eyes, not a word passes her mouth. That's how strangely. Allah can be cruel indeed. Why does the wind still yet blow? Why does the sea continue to push into shore? Why does my body ache for food and thirst for water? The end of days is upon us. My son-in-law is dead. Because of the Shia faith, I'll say, now remember, we must not allow greed to overwhelm us. Health is still poor, you know. But I'm still wondering if these artifacts that give me small health boosts will save me. That's what I'm still wondering. Now the time has come to commit Emir Saldan of Malta's final rites before his journey to hereafter. Saldan's enshrouded bodies suspended above an open grave, surrounded by close friends and family, stood at his head as me. A privileged face of mourning afforded only to the magnanimous host. To see him surrounded by so many mourners and given a proper Islamic burial gives me hope that perhaps I too will be remembered as fondly as Emir. At last his body's lowered into the earth and the funeral is officially complete with a prayer. Beautiful. Legitimacy level up. That'll reduce the short range penalty that they have on me. Now comes a new set of problems. Holding tax reduced. Courtiers port's finished. So we're not losing that much. All you need now is just get your stewardship skill up. By any means. Which there's no easy way of doing this. And there's not really much you could do with activity. Be nice, work hard. My mother Eleanor keeps telling me I do my best. But sometimes it's just too exhausting. Is it not smarter to cheat and lie a little bit to get what I want? Everyone's so easy to trick too. Charming. 3 years old, still sickly. Wait until January, and we'll end this episode. I heard about a number of Christian Sardos who seeks to immigrate from the Isle of Kayari to Ifriqiya. Perhaps they wish to do this because of their instability in their homelands, or maybe because it's due to a simple desire for adventure and greater opportunities elsewhere. I've also heard that some descend from Afro-Roman refugees who fled Ifriqiya years ago. Regardless, their leaders hope to establish a town called Sardinia, somewhere in this region, particularly in Egalitarian. By welcoming them and letting them keep their customs and faith, they could provide us some political and economic benefits, even if they aren't too large in numbers. May Sardinia flourish under our protection. So this county over there. In fact, what are they doing out down there? So this cause development goes up. So now that is home to a town founded by Sardinian Christian migrants. It is known for its fruits, strong alliance with local tribes, despite whatever cultural or religious differences they are. Sardinian Christian courtiers have a small chance of spawning in the court of the rulers who own that county or are near it. Interesting. Somehow, they're up there. Okay, we'll end this episode here. So, there's some uncertainties here. Because, at least we've made some improvements. As much as I would like to upgrade more to get ourselves stronger and to improve our economy, I think the best thing we do is to move the capital, build a building in Gozo. After the next round of piracy that we'll do in the next episode. Let's wait 16 months, then do piracy because of the honor loot here. So in the next episode, we will continue the policy of piracy to whomever we raid, wherever we raid, and how we raid. We're going to get a lot of money, and we're going to make some investments to help turn this economy around and to maintain it much more. So we'll see you in the next episode. But until then, so long for now.